Here. All right, looks like we are good to go on a couple of places. All right, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're live.
Welcome.
First story.
That would be mind-blowing.
Trending stories are taking over.
TSTO. Why does he get a bell for that?
Next story.
Everybody get down.
According to the sounds, I'm not doing so hot today.
TSTO.
TSTO thing.
TSTOMG.
TSTO.
That's crazy.
Story time.
What is happening, people of the interwebs? It's Trending Stories taking over. We're back because those stories, Jake, they keep trending. We can't stop them. So we might as well talk about them. I feel like the trending stories have taken over you. Like, can you talk? It's been Jake has lost his voice. His voice has been lost to coffee because now he makes coffee at Bodhi Leaf. It's true, right? We can't.
My free speech has been taken from me.
Yes, your free speech has been taken from you. Oh
As
my
I was
goodness.
leaving the house this morning, Mom was like, "Watch your mouth."
Like, did she wash your mouth?
Watch.
I don't understand. You can't see your mouth.
I understand, but she doesn't want me to say anything out of bounds. Which, I mean, I get it. I can taint our family name real quick.
Oh, she means on the live stream. She means literally
No, like
during the
right
show. Wash your mouth.
Right? She's like, watch your mouth. And I just said no.
You said no.
Because
That's
it's a free
good.
country.
That's good. Well, you know what? I'm glad that you're here because you watching your mouth is not as fun as when you don't watch your mouth.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Mama
man.
Zuma's revenge.
Mama Zuma's. We got some chips here. We got.
I'm gonna eat this whole bag today.
The whole bag?
The whole
You guys, are you ready for this? The whole bag. I don't, but not right now.
Yeah,
We got a ton of stories. We have a giveaway, and we are talking about it. Tiffany's here. Good morning, Tiffany. Happy Thursday to you. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. We are one man down in studio.
Oh man,
I'm here. Jake's here.
If you guys didn't hear, Chris Cody got COVID. He died.
Yeah, no. That's not what happened.
Are you
Chris,
sure?
no, I'm pretty. Well, I don't know.
That was in our newsletter.
I actually haven't talked to him. Who's in our
It was in
newsletter?
our newsletter.
No, Steve's not here. I mean, Chris is not here. Steve is right here.
I'm right here.
Steve Freeman is with us. Everybody, how you doing? Let's give him a round of applause. And he stole Chris's seat. That's right. You stole Chris's seat. We won't tell him. I don't think he's watching, anyways.
We're slow today.
We're slow. You know what? We took a long time to get ready. There's a ton of stories. We got the giveaway going on, so I was looking. We had to get our winners lined up because we're doing. We're announcing some winners. So if you sign up for the contest, you might be a winner.
The
You might
compost
be.
test.
Hey,
who can build the biggest compost pile?
So Dean has a comment for you, Steve. Dean says, "Nice shirt."
Hey,
Hey.
it's the only place I get to wear it. There's
That's-
no other 4th of July events going on, so it's like, where else do I get
That's
it?
right. You know what? I should have had some patriotic music dialed in.
no, this country doesn't deserve it right now.
They canceled 4th of July, so.
It does. It counts as 4th of July.
I
Ellie,
have a flag too. I didn't even realize.
Dean's here. Dean, good morning. We got two Deans, both spelled differently. We have my buddy Dean Hunt. Good morning. Good morning, Dean. And then we also have Dean Pendergast. Nice shirt, Steve. We
Dean
got
Pendergast. You have a really cool last name, but have you ever thought about how if you just changed it a little bit, you could become like the world's most exciting ghost hunter and be Dean Poltergeist?
Oh, Dean, have you thought about that?
Like you can give that Zach guy or Nick from Ghost Adventures a run for his money. The guy that really tries to be Tom DeLonge.
I've never actually seen Ghost Hunters. I've never seen it.
It's the worst show to watch
Dean,
because
if you decide to change your name to Poltergeist, I think that'd be awesome.
really quick, I just have to explain what the show is.
Okay,
because
explain it.
If you guys have ever met frat bros, you've met the people that run this show. It's essentially just like four or
Wait.
five-
Do you see Dean's comment?
What'd he say?
Dean says, our name in German means House of Ghosts. No way.
Can it be Halloween already? Can Dean be our president of Halloween?
Dean will be the president of Halloween. And
That's
Ellie,
amazing.
hello. Hi, Ellie. I'm glad you're watching.
Hello.
Yeah, Dean. Okay, so Dean, then I think it's in order what Jake's about to talk about that you need to change your name to Dean Poltergeist.
Right. So basically in Ghost Adventures, these frat bros, they run around abandoned buildings, right, that are said to be super haunted. And they always talk about how, oh, I got this scratch on me, or like, oh, I felt something whisper in my ear, or I felt something push me down the stairs, right? But instead of being like men about it and talking about it rationally and being like, I heard this weird thing. Could have been my mind. I'm in a dark, scary place. My mind's playing tricks on me. Could have been that. Could have not.
Where is this show? Where is
it? Anywhere. It's like a haunted location.
No, but like where can you watch it?
Discovery Channel.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, these guys go into these buildings, and then instead of acting like those rational human beings, they go, bro, check this out on my back, bro. And then they roll up their shirts, and they just have like giant claw marks that are obviously like eyeliner on their back.
So it's totally staged. It's totally fake.
That's the thing. It's like, it's exciting enough to watch as if it was real, but yes, it's
well, I mean, we
totally
watch
fake.
things that are fake all the time. But I think that's interesting that they're trying to put it off as it is fake. It is real, yet it's probably
Isn't
fake.
everything? It's Survivor.
What is real?
Alone is real.
What is real? Alone? Yeah, you were talking about that this morning. I'm not into that. That's too real.
No,
that's too real. I'm not into
It's
that.
all reality scripted TV.
Reality scripted TV? Like Jersey Shore?
So Hallie's here. Good morning, Hallie. Hi, Hallie. How are you, Hallie?
Hallie.
Hey,
That's a hot shit.
I was watching actually some shark videos this morning that actually made me think of you, Hallie. There was on Twitter. There's this account called Shark Tracker or whatever, and there's like they're just tracking sharks. And there was this video of this great white that was swimming in South Africa, like underneath some surfers. There was a drone above, and they were just surfing. Great white just swimming along.
See, that's the thing, man. If you just have to
Just go
acknowledge them. Yeah, coexist.
Yeah.
Right. Just look at them and realize you belong in the same ocean as I do. Big predator fish.
Big ocean. Let's share it.
Right. Yeah. Big ocean, but share it.
But if there's a snake in
share
the
it.
water, I'm not sharing it. I'm not sharing with a snake.
But then you could grab it.
No,
and then you can blow it up. You can blow it up like that balloon from Shrek.
I'm having flashbacks, you guys.
You can turn it into one of those snake dolphin like.
No snake dolphins.
Sorry, son. The dog was rabid, so we had to put her down.
I would support that. I would support
It's a
that.
Tommy gun.
Yeah. Sorry, kid. Dean asks, are you more afraid of sharks or snakes? I'm way more afraid of snakes, which is super dumb. Actually, now that I say that, I am not near as afraid of sharks as I am of snakes.
A shark
which
is
weird.
is like twice your size.
Yeah, and could actually take my leg off.
Oh, could actually take you.
But I think sharks like me. I think that's what happened. They don't bother me. I don't know why that is. I don't know. It's
Mr.
weird.
Wonderful doesn't like anybody.
Mr. Wonderful. How did you? That was
He's a
weird
shark.
poll.
He's a
he's
shark.
Oh, you know what? Because he is a shark.
I quit the show.
You quit the show. Sorry. All right. Well, it's been fun having you here.
We didn't even get to a story.
You know what? Before we get to a story, I want to remind you guys we do have a contest. You can go and sign up at where's the thing? Here, I'm going to put a link right here in all the places. You can
comments?
sign up there
Ooh.
in the comments where you can link directly and sign up. We are actually going to do 2 winners today.
Cool.
2 winners, and hopefully you're watching because you have 48 hours to respond to get your prize.
And we know who they are, but we're not saying.
We know. We already did it. And we're going to tell you though. But we're not going to do it right now because we need to get into the stories because you know what?
There's so many of them.
Trending stories are taking over, and we really, really, really have to talk about them because they're not going anywhere.
I'm a little overwhelmed with how many there are.
There's a lot of stories today, and probably the most constant thing that is in all of our feeds right now is COVID, the resurgence of COVID, and do you wear a mask? Do you not wear a mask? Governor Newsom had a bunch of things that come out yesterday, but this video that we're going to show right now is of a lady in a Trader Joe's in Hollywood, and we should let people watch the video if you haven't seen this yet.
Speaking of which, this is really sad though that this is happening in a Trader Joe's because did you hear Joe just died?
Of Trader Joe?
Trader Joe's. Joe.
Really?
What's his face?
Joe,
I don't remember his last
Joe
name.
Trader.
Trader Joe's Joe. Anyway,
Trader Joe's Joe. He
roll
passed.
the clip.
Roll the clip. All right, here we. So this is. Just check it out. Here we go. She's not happy.
Viral video, a belligerent woman going off on people at Trader Joe's after they asked her to put on a mask. Shoppers still can't believe this scene happened at a North Hollywood store.
So she's there.
Eyewitness
There's
News
people
reporter
around
Amy
her.
Powell
Those
spoke
look
to
like
some of them.
Trader
She was
Joe's
there live.
workers.
Amy, what are they saying?
Yeah.
So-
you can tell by the by the Hawaiian attire.
Yeah, the Hawaiian attire. They're definitely wearing the Trader Joe's shirt. So this lady is told to wear a face mask. And from what I understand, the lady was interviewed later. I don't have a clip of the lady being interviewed, which I don't know why I couldn't find it this morning. But she was saying that she was being harassed by another customer because she wasn't wearing a mask.
By another customer.
Another customer.
This is different. When you were first telling me about it, I thought you meant all the women in this video that were dressed like your stepdad when he goes to Cancun. I thought they were the ones. I thought they were the ones that were yelling at her.
No, so it was another customer
Okay.
that was basically baiting her to get all upset. Now, does that mean she should have got upset? No, but it's over a face mask. So
Right.
so how do you feel when you go into the store? Well, you're at Bodie Leaf. You have to wear masks?
I do have to wear a mask while I'm working. It's uncomfortable. It's obnoxious.
Right.
But it makes other people comfortable. So you do it. That's the point behind like our necessity to wear a mask. If there's nobody in the store though, and we're doing closing tasks, like I sweep and mop a lot.
Yeah.
I just let my mask hang or I put it in my pocket because doing all that like constant
physical
work and then like breathing in and out is really difficult. So as long as I'm behind the counter, I can take it off when I'm mopping.
Yeah.
But as soon as I go back around the counter, I leave it on even if I am. Just
Sure.
because it makes people
rolling.
comfortable.
You're not around food and
Right.
stuff.
Yeah,
so-
exactly.
Yeah.
But my question is, I go to my Trader Joe's. You can't get in the store without a mask on. So how did she even get to that point?
Well, and that's the question. I think there's a lot of people because you can't force someone. There's no police. Well, if there are police in your city, there's no police that are standing there making you do it.
Right.
It's a mandatory requirement. However, there's no enforcement of it. So she probably just walked in. But the problem
it
is
private property, and they can say we don't want to serve you without a mask.
That's
Even
true.
though
They
it's
have
not-
the right to
yeah.
refuse service. But
Well-
then also the thing that is really interesting about this too is that Newsom can't make laws.
correct.
So
they're all just
it's
guidelines.
Yeah, that's essentially what it is it's suggestions. So the idea that like places are actually enforcing these as rules, as if like no shirt, no shoes, no service, right? Is a little interesting to me, but at the same time, I support their right to be able to refuse service to anybody. So
Well,
it's a weird
And the thing,
catch-22 is
the
what
thing
we're
that I
looking for.
feel about it, like you mentioned, wearing it all day or when you're doing physical activity. I like Tammy at the gym. They're requiring instructors to wear masks the whole time they teach, and she told me, she says, I respect the rule. I understand that's what you want. I won't teach if I'm not wearing a mask. So she's not going to be teaching. She said, I withdraw
She
until
won't
then.
teach if she's not wearing.
No, she won't teach
if
with
she's wearing a mask.
Right. If she's required to wear a mask, she won't teach. And they said, totally understand, get it. We'll get subs until that rule is lifted.
See, look at that. A civil conversation.
But one of her students at her class this week, she would, because this was before the rule came out, she wasn't wearing a mask when she wears a mask in when she's get everything is set up, and then she takes the mask off when she's teaching, and she faces the mirror with everybody behind her. So she's not, there's no spittle going out towards the people. And this guy came up at the end of class and I guess started berating her in a passive aggressive sort of way about her not wearing a mask. And so that brings me to what happened with this lady at Trader Joe's, that she was mask shamed by this person.
Shamed.
And the words that I hear that this man was using were very, very strong, inappropriate. He was not treating her kindly.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Sorry, Mom.
She's here. Look. TSTO. There she is. There's Mama.
Is this a slur used towards women that is primarily used by British origin?
Yes.
Got it. Know
Yeah.
exactly what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
exactly. It's crazy. You just look at this and you think, now her reaction, which is what was caught on tape, the man who was braiding her was not caught on tape. Doesn't matter. I still feel like, you know what? If they want you to wear a mask when you go in, wear the mask. I do. I wear the mask when I go. As soon as I get out, I take it off, because there is something to be said for giving the impression that you actually care.
Well, and it's also the respect for other people, because the mask is not protecting you; it's protecting other people.
It's protecting other
just
people.
Whether you have it or not, it's just that respect that you're giving
Right.
to other people in a closed environment.
Yeah.
And I have seen, I don't know if you guys have seen some of these, but they've been posting all these like studies, and different scientists have been doing tests with petri dishes to see what does a mask actually do. And it is pretty astonishing when it comes to somebody that's infected, right? That's actually infected with this virus. It does wonders wearing a mask and coughing in it, rather than even just covering in the nook of your elbow and coughing that way. So I understand the necessity for masks in situations, right? But
Yeah.
I mean,
so
if
Tiffany
everybody's wearing
says,
a mask. Are we? None of us are wearing masks.
well, and so Tiffany says there was more to the story. Yeah, and I think that is a lot of what we're talking about. The man that you see the climax, right? Everything leading up to that we don't see.
Jason, hey Jason Banks. Yeah, I'm not. I won't. No, I'm not. He said you will submit, and I say to you, you don't have that power over me.
Well, I think Jason's actually right. You will submit at some point.
No.
I think. But so here's the thing that's super crazy about.
I wear a mask because I want to.
No, you don't. You liar. I won't even give you that. Yeah. So Tiffany says absolutely, it's respect, and in the grand scheme of things, everybody's talking about freedom. I mean, Jason and I've been talking a lot just about all the things happening, and he's ex-military, so he's got some experience that I don't have, and I think I want to talk to him, just kind of see what is going on there. Ethan's in here.
Ethan's comment's really good. He basically asked, like, will we be asked to take off masks for our positive ID confirmation when we vote in November?
Well, that's the other question, is the mask and then facial recognition technology. And I know in Kansas, they just required masks in Kansas. So Ethan's dealing with that right now.
Really, Ethan? Tell us about it.
Yeah, I know, right? Nona says her city announced about the spike number, but we are cool about nobody forcing anybody. I mean, I think it has to do with your community. Where do you live, right? And Nona lives in Lake Forest. I said Wake Forest, Lake Forest. But yeah, the mask thing, it's suggested, it's required, it's requested, whatever. Just respect people as long as it doesn't necessarily infringe on your freedom, which, like, from a standpoint of like actual real freedom, which I don't know if the mask does.
If I'm outside or I'm 6 feet away, I don't see that as being the big issue.
Yeah. So Dean, what are you saying here? Hey Todd, I'm going to text you a very cool mask I ordered when I received it in the mail. Ooh, yes, I want to see it. I want to see the cool mask.
I heard about a cool mask. You want to hear about the cool mask I heard about?
What?
It was a mask that was cheesecloth and it had holes in it. And so like somebody that I know, whenever they get asked to put on a mask, they go, "Oh, I'm sorry." And they reach into their purse and they put on this mask with holes in it, and nobody has stopped them yet.
Yeah. Well,
There's like holes like all over it.
It's like, a mask.
It's a mask.
Jason and I've talked about this before, but the thing about the mask, it dehumanizes you and makes you easier to pull a trigger. I think that's something that is a concern with all the riots and everything happening, the violence. That is something to be concerned about, which then makes you say, well, should I just stay home? Like, it's a mess. It's madness.
You should stay home. You should.
Well, we have to stay home clean your guns.
You should make sure they're functioning well.
Right.
You heard about this guy, this liberal lawyer guy that had an AK and like Antifa came into his front yard?
Yeah, they tried to break into his house.
Yeah, and he's like outside and like this liberal guy had an AK and I was like, good for you, bro.
Yeah, and that whole story, like we weren't even talking about that story today, but that whole story is like, well, so when is it okay to defend your property?
Right.
Like it's getting crazy, and Newport is now closing things for 4th of July. You see this? That the beaches are closing, right? So Newsom came out and he's closing he's requesting things. The mayor of LA closed all the LA beaches, which means there was going to be an overflow in Ventura County and in Orange County. There was a question, Orange County, are they going to close? So Newport announced that they are closing the beaches. But here's the thing about the Newport thing. It's because they had... Where is it? Lifeguards contracted COVID-19. So they had lifeguards that were doing drills. They were getting recertified, and there were 2 lifeguards that tested positive for COVID-19, which means now 19 lifeguards are in quarantine for 14 days, which means they're understaffed.
So
they can't handle
to open up for the 4th of July.
Exactly. They don't have enough people. So, I mean, yes, it's a thing where they're closing the beaches because of COVID.
Was wrong. The sign said by order of the state.
Well, the sign said by order of the state. Yeah, I think that's what they're using. But the reality is, the story is there were lifeguards that tested positive.
Okay, can it be both?
It can be both. I think it probably is.
I think it probably is both.
It's a combination.
Right. Yeah. It's probably like, oh, wait a minute. Like, we weren't necessarily shut down by the governor, by the state, right? But we're seeing that all these other places around us have been shut down. And because of this pandemic thing, we don't have enough lifeguards. Let's just do it too and say that the state told us to do it too, just to be safe for everybody.
Well, and I think and again, I've said it so many times, it's all legal posturing. It's so you don't get sued.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what a lot of this is. And Jason.
But have you seen Newport Beach on 4th of July?
I've been to Huntington once.
You couldn't walk through the crowd.
No, it's packed. And that is like Petri Dish Central.
Well, okay, I would be less worried about Petri Dish Central because Jason says something that I question is it's all fake. It might be fake.
Are we still talking about the virus?
Virus, yeah. But the thing I would be more concerned about is a mass gathering of people with all the violence happening right now. That's the thing that I would be like, there's no way I'm going within 100 yards of that kind of situation.
My question I always had those: how are you getting herd immunity if you don't let people get sick?
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't.
They keep saying we won't be able to open up till we have that, but we're not going to open up because we don't want that to happen.
Right. It's crazy because I think that when I think for the most part we're fine. I think for the most part we have able-bodied
Some people.
I think for the most part, yeah, obviously not myself. My tongue don't work. But we do have able-bodied individuals that are able to fight this disease and come out on the other side of it. Just like the flu, and we've been talking about this since day one. There's not very many differences, but it does attack people harder with underlying conditions, right?
Yeah, and it's very contractable.
Right.
Now, the other thing that I did here, which is because of all the testing and the numbers going up and all this stuff, there was a theory that I don't know if it's true or not, but I think it could be that a lot of the tests that were brought in from China were pre-infected. So if you didn't have it and you get tested, then you have it. So
so this is all fun and fun speculation and stuff. But when it comes to talking, Jason, about the virus being fake, I understand where that comes from, just because you're always you realize that not a lot of people around you are contracting it. You're going out, you may not be wearing a mask. You're like, wait a minute, I'm feeling fine. The people around me are feeling fine. My elderly parents are my grandparents are feeling fine.
Your elderly parents?
Depending on your age.
She's watching.
I'm not talking about my mom. I'm talking about Jason's. Jason, is your mom elderly?
No.
But regardless, your direct experience influenced that. But last night I was talking with a friend of mine and I found out somebody that I grew up with, going to church with, died in his bedroom. My age, a year older than me. Literally 2 days ago.
With COVID?
Because of COVID. He got COVID. He tested positive for COVID. He's an able-bodied individual, doesn't have any of those underlying conditions, except he did have a heart murmur.
Well, that's an underlying condition.
That's an underlying condition, but everybody goes, oh, he's not even sick. He's going to pull through. You know what I mean? He's a young kid. And the next thing you know is his mom goes into his bedroom and he's gone. He's gone. And they see that as something as wait a minute, this is more serious than I thought. I heard that and I realized, wait a minute, this dude he was my age, my height, my build. This guy.
He was you.
No.
No, but I mean, I know you're here to, but in mentally, emotionally, that's me. That could be me.
Exactly. And so that, just those moments do put skin on it. So and I've heard multiple stories like that from other people with people that they know. And obviously when you hear it from other people and people they know, it's not as close. It's not as attached.
Sure. It's more removed. But we actually have Steve and I have a mutual friend, which Kyle, I don't know if you're watching, but there's an outbreak close to him. And there's lots of people that once you have somebody that's personally connected to it, that really kind of changes it. So
I think we're just what I would say is that there's a lot of people that are dealing with this virus in very negative ways through loss of loved ones. Yeah. But at the same time, I think that to say that it's fake is one thing, but to say that the way that we're moving forward, the way that we're handling it isn't necessarily as conducive as it could be, because
in what way?
Everything feels like it's all over the board.
It is 100%.
It feels like we're scrambling to find an answer.
Well, and I feel like that's the purpose of it. If this virus was created, the purpose is the chaos. The purpose is the confusion. The purpose is all the stuff that's happening on the outside of that.
What person in power finds order for themselves through chaos?
I think you'd be surprised.
I think it's through the control that they're exercising.
Yeah, I don't see any control. I see zero control. I see them trying. I see them.
Wait, no. Okay.
The control of
wear a mask. Wear a mask.
You don't have to.
Well, okay, but it is being more and more prevalent that you wear a mask, and we're saying we wear a mask out of respect. So how many people can they control that way? Stay at home. Can't go to work. Businesses are closed. There's a lot of control that's taking place right now.
I understand that, but there's so many people that can just say screw that and go out. I've done that.
Okay.
Well, you know what I mean?
People have tried that. When they went to Hawaii, they tried to do that. They got arrested.
Yep.
They got fined. They've got some real problems, the legal problems now. So there are places that are starting to enforce this. They may not enforce it going to the store and getting you, but if you're blatant and stuff like that, there are places that are starting to really crack down on this.
Well, and that brings us to our next story is that there are a bunch of states that are imposing quarantines on people coming in from other states. So specifically, New York has now announced that they are imposing a 14-day quarantine on travelers from California. So if you've come into New York, you are required a 14-day quarantine from California, along with other states New York is quarantined. California, Georgia, Iowa, Idaho, Louisiana, Mississippi, Nevada, Tennessee, along with Alabama, Arkansas, Arizona, Florida, North Carolina,
So the
South
United
Carolina,
States. So
Texas,
every
New
other
Jersey,
state?
pretty much every other
state.
state. Yeah, and I think that it's just the next level of, and I think this comes back to your question of the control that's being allowed to say, hey, we're gonna create a law that says, well, however they're doing this, but they're requiring quarantine for 14 days, and there are people that are going to say, screw it. There was a bunch of people that went to a party, and I guess or went to a bar, and 80 people got it in Michigan or something.
Well,
like that.
there was also a guy in Orange County that was bar hopping and had it, and he knew he had it.
So then there's those people,
Right.
But
But that's a different situation.
Well,
Right,
but are those people tied to somebody that's saying, "Hey, I'm going to pay you to get the virus and then bar hop"? Like, we can go conspiracy theory all day long.
God, do you want to go down this hole? Because I could go down this hole and be like, "Welcome to Apocalypse Radio. Today we're going to be breaking down the news. Is Newt Gingrich still alive and fighting in your basement? We don't know
In your basement? Why in your basement?
because he tried to get your family sick.
What if you don't have a basement?
He'll make one."
Newt Gingrich is gonna dig your basement, everyone. Dean Poltergeist says, I want to know how this is going to be enforced in New York. Are they going to quarantine at the airport or something? I mean, I think that's a great question.
B-52s flying overhead all day long.
Well, Hawaii did it. And
Hawaii's an island too.
Hawaii's an
Easier to
island.
know
That's
when
true.
People coming in and out.
So when you came
You could
in,
just put a big net over Hawaii.
well, Hawaii did a crazy job of doing that quarantine. Nobody went. We didn't go. We canceled.
But they are opening up. If you can have a test done within 48 hours of arriving in Hawaii next month, they'll let you in.
Yeah, but then how soon will they ask you to do another test? Like that's the other
the
thing.
problem,
Like,
because
I don't.
meal.
every day.
Every
One day
meal.
you're
Every
fine.
meal.
If I'm sitting on the beach, if I have my Corona and the lime is in it, prick my finger. Check it out. Tell me, do I have it?
So, and you know what? Jason actually makes a really interesting point here. I never thought about it this way, Jason. But he says you can't even get in trouble for giving people AIDS in California, which is actually a deadly thing. Now, you can't get it as easily. But it's like actually deadly from a death standpoint. So,
oh yeah, you were born in the 80s. I figured
so
you'd know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know from
No,
like,
not
I don't
from
know.
experience. You need to wash your mouth. Holy cow, man.
So New York's closing stuff down.
All right,
and
Michael Jordan.
There's a lot of you mean Magic Johnson.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That one.
that
Like I
one.
said earlier, before the show, I told you I pay no attention to basketball.
Basketball, right?
Even
Yeah,
historical
you know,
basketball
there's a
players.
difference between Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson.
What?
Yeah, I know exactly. They're not
One's
the same
Mike-
person.
Who's the one that's?
Yeah. Anyways,
Okay,
moving on. So we have
Who did the jump?
the jump. Oh, that's Michael Jordan.
That's Jordan.
Yeah.
Right, the Jordans, like the shoes.
Yeah,
right?
the Jordans. Yeah.
So where the
he doesn't
Magic
have-
Johnson
He doesn't
shoes?
have HIV. Magic Johnson doesn't have shoes.
Magic
Does
Johnson's
he?
still alive.
Yeah, Magic Johnson's still alive.
Survive
I thought last
dates.
time I saw he had shoes on.
I don't know. Dean says he's telling mom. He's telling her.
I'll tell her first.
So eventually Dean says eventually we might be treating COVID like diabetes where you have to test yourself. That's weird, man. This
don't like this.
And did you see the story that there's a new flu strain that they found in pigs in China? They're saying maybe the next pandemic. It's like it never stops. It never stops. I don't know.
So
let's let's move to something positive.
Let's just do this.
Let's just do just do that head down and then we are going to move to something positive because we are running a competition right now, a contest, a giveaway that you can go to. You can jump in yourself. You can go right here to TSTO or phrasinc.com/TSTO giveaway. You can sign up. There's 7 ways to enter. And we
just like the 7 deadly sins.
Just like the no, that's
You have
not
to commit
why.
one of the 7 deadly sins to enter. And if you commit all
No,
of them,
No, you don't have to. It's not 7 deadly sins. It's just doing some great things. and you can enter. And we have our first winner that we are going to announce here on the show. The first winner is, everybody ready? The first winner is Kyle Venber. Kyle, you are winner number 1 for the July giveaway. Kyle, we're going to send you. Hey, Kyle's here. Kyle's watching. All right, Kyle. You are the first winner. How do you feel? Tell us in the comments how you feel. Jake feels excited for you.
Fun for Kyle.
But Kyle, so Kyle, you need to comment. Yes. we need to know, do you want Starbucks or do you want Amazon? You get to decide. Tell us in the comments, and we're going to send it to you.
You better not base your decision on political stuff.
Well, he made the 48-hour rule.
The 48-hour
He made the 48-hour rule.
He did. Well, he hasn't responded. He hasn't responded
He's
yet.
just taking it in still. He said, hey,
He's
A
so
with like
overwhelmed.
5 E's and
He's
then
so overwhelmed and
anything.
shocked, just like winning the Academy Awards. You're so shocked. I don't know how to get up there and answer.
Right.
That's right. That's right. And Tiffany's watching, so we're gonna do the next winner towards the end of the show. Towards the end of the show, we're gonna do the next winner because we have 2 winners today, and I'm really excited about this giveaway thing. And one of the ways you can enter is by telling people about it. There's a link when you enter that you can share with your friends. And do that. So hey, tag some people in the comments right now that should be coming and watching the show.
Speaking of that, I just want to say this real quick. Word of mouth is not dead. And I think
it's not.
I think a lot of times people forget that. Word of mouth is still the biggest thing. So if you enjoy our show, this is a plug for us that I did not plan on doing.
I like this, Jake.
If you enjoy our show and you're like, you know what, I know somebody that wants to get in on this little like grubby stinky cruise little idea of how what's going on in the world, just tell them about it. Just be like, hey, check it out. Hey, look, it's on my phone. Hey, these guys are sweet. Listen to them because the young one is hot.
He's eating all those hot chips.
That's
Mama Zuma's revenge, baby.
Mama
it's all
Zuma's
I eat
revenge.
anymore.
So it's interesting. Oh, Kyle says it depends on the gift card value to base my decision.
Okay, what are the values?
So for the first giveaway today, we are giving. Are you ready? I wish I had a drum roll. I need a drum roll. There's a drum roll. We are giving away
Drum roll.
$20 gift cards today. So $20 to either Amazon or Starbucks, Kyle. You get to decide. And the next winner will decide as well.
You can either get 2 drinks from Starbucks or you can get like a shirt from Amazon.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So $20. There it is. You get to decide. Anyways, Tiffany says, Jake, is that eye roll? Yes. Because the young one's hot. Hey, but you know what?
Yeah, that's why she rolled her eyes.
I think Tiffany and Nona are like the original members of the TSTO street team because they are using word of mouth.
Yeah,
They're
I think
100%
so.
using word of mouth. So
we need to get them those like super gangster stickers that they can just like slap on street signs.
We need to get some stickers.
We need a street team.
Yeah, street team. Street team. Hey, if you want to sign up for the TSTO street team, just tag a bunch of people in the comments.
And just don't read the back of the page because that's just the disclaimer for the cult that we're starting.
No. Nona says Jake just trying to spread his charm. I agree. He's trying to spread his charm. Is he succeeding though? That's the big question. And we'll find that out. We'll find that out. Okay, so next story. The NBA is heating up. The NBA has got a lot of stuff happening. They are trying to continue the story. And there's people booing in the background.
I know.
You know why? You know why? Because the Nets, DeAndre Jordan, Spencer Dinwiddie.
I hardly know her.
Spencer Dinwiddie. Wow, that was horrible. They tested positive. So the NBA is getting ready to go into the bubble of Walt Disney World to do their season. And the DeAndre Jordan of the Brooklyn Nets tested positive, and he says that he is not going to play. And I think that's going to be interesting because he can't.
Is he a good player?
Yeah, DeAndre
Is he
Jordan.
a big, strong guy?
He's a big, strong guy.
Okay.
But here's the thing. So if you're quarantined, so the way that they're doing this, they have this set up at Disney where all the NBA players are going. They're quarantined in the hotels there at Disney. They're going to be playing there at Disney. The games are going to be televised. Obviously, that's the whole point. But they can't go anywhere other than there. And I guess maybe they can go home. I know the MLB players can go home.
I think NBA, once they go in, they're in.
Okay, once they're in, they're
cow,
in.
man.
So
idea of the
it's
bubble.
like summer camp.
So here's the thing that's really weird about this, though, is if somebody like DeAndre Jordan gets tested and he's positive and he's with all his teammates because they're quarantined, just like the lifeguard situation. Stop wiping COVID on me, Jake.
I washed my hands before I came in.
But so here's the deal. Jason says LeBron James wants to turn the stadiums into in the voting booths. I mean,
He wants to turn the stadiums into voting booths?
yeah, like the stadium's gonna be voting booths. I mean, why not?
Is LeBron running for president?
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron.
I
ran
would
president.
vote for LeBron.
Why?
Because I don't watch basketball. I don't know if he's good or not. Maybe he's better at diplomacy.
So, but here's the thing about this that I think is really it's going to ruin the whole idea of doing any sort of sport is when you're quarantined because MLB is doing the same thing. There are MLB players now that are saying that they're not going to play. So this story right here,
Ian Desmond's one of them.
there are several baseball players that are opting out of 2020 citing personal health and safety, and there is a list of these players.
Ryan Zimmerman's one of them.
Ryan Zimmerman's one of them, and there's a list of these players right here. of players that are saying, hey, you know what? We're not going to play. Mike Leake, Ryan Zimmerman, Joe Ross, Ian Desmond, and then there's Bezos. And a bunch of others have said, you know what? They are not going to play. And I think that's going to run rampant because as soon as you look at the guidelines, like MLB, I was listening to the guidelines yesterday, is they're allowed to go to the stadium, to the hotel, and they're allowed to go home.
Dangerous.
Well, that's really, like, then what's the point of the quarantine? I don't understand. I just think this is going to all blow up.
Well, he still can't go to like Hooters.
Well, they can't control,
How can they stop him?
Well, they couldn't.
That's exactly my question.
Stop him, but his wife, he should stop himself because he knows if he goes to
But they're
Hooters,
not-
him and his wife are getting in an argument.
They're not like they're in the Disney bubble though, where they're controlling where they can go.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the thing that we look at this and I say, is the requirements that they're putting on this going to do anything for actually letting the season, or is it going to make it a horrible season? Because they start with so many men on the roster and then all of a sudden, 3 of them get sick. So 10 of them now aren't on there.
I just think that for the summer and the fall, sports is going to be gone.
Yeah, I think that's probably I think that's probably what's going to actually happen.
See, I believe in chakras. And so I choose to use my throat chakra.
Your throat chakra.
Which is actually a chakra.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that, but what are you
I'm
going to use
my throat chakra to just forget what Steve just said. And to manifest 2020 NFL season.
Is that what throat chakras are for? To manifest
Let's
NFL seasons?
look
No,
it
we don't need to look it up because Google's watching your search history. Don't do that.
What are throat chakras for?
But here's the thing. So NBA, MLB, they're moving ahead with something.
Hockey.
Hockey's moving ahead with something.
But it's
NFL
cold,
still's
Except for the
undecided.
California teams.
Right. Well, because they didn't make it.
Yeah. So
Yeah. But
so there goes my tickets.
that's right. There goes your tickets. So, but the NFL, that's the big question. And that's what you and I really want to have happen. Are you using your throat chakra right there? Is what you're doing?
I don't think so because it says as the throat chakra governs the mouth, the tongue, and the neck, it relates to communication, which is nothing to do with manifestation.
So we are all using our throat chakra right now as
Maybe
we
should-
voice our words.
That's what I'm going to get for everybody as like the white elephant TSTO gift. I'm just going to get everybody chakras, like throat chakras, like the necklaces, and we're all going to wear them because that's essentially all a podcast is.
Is literally a podcast. So the chakra for podcasting is a throat chakra.
Is a throat chakra.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You know what? You heard it here first, folks.
Well, I think of any sport, NFL has the best chance of coming around. I think everything else is going to be shut down for a while.
I think you're right. I think, and Dean says something here. He says NBA prison. I mean, that's really what it is. You're locked down, MLB prison, NBA prison. NFL is different because
But you're paid well for being in that prison.
You are paid very well for being in that prison. That's for
I think
sure.
I would take a couple months in a prison for that type of money.
I definitely would. I definitely would take that money to be in it. Well, no,
Ian
okay, I
Desmond's
don't know.
given up on like $747,000.
There's a ton of money that's being left on the table in this situation, but the question is, and which I think is more of the argument there on their side is, you know what? This is all going to get canceled anyways. Like, why would I put myself in harm's way and potentially get injured or whatever? And then 5 games in,
but
all the teams have nobody on there because they're all sick.
Baseball players have protected income anyways, even if I think it was part of the deal.
Yeah, they got guarantees.
Yeah, guaranteed.
even if they don't play.
Yeah.
Because of this.
It's really weird to me that all of a sudden now it's turning into this whole thing where even athletes and the major parts of our like society and economy are starting to say, well, we should start to like back off a little bit just because we're probably going to close down again anyway. Like we're hearing,
Yeah, that's true.
We're hearing the
But that's
whispers
what's already happening.
right? Yeah, we're hearing the
They're already shutting
whispers
down
of
again.
like of going back to exactly how we had it, right? To like the shutdown, everybody's quarantined, maybe even more so, and that's pretty crazy to me because we started booking shows again. You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah, for you guys.
Yeah, we started booking shows again, and we had one coming up on the 17th. And so I emailed the guy back. It's at a bar. There's no way it's going to happen.
No way. They're close.
But I emailed him, and I was like, hey, man, I just want to double check with you, make sure like we're on the same page. Are you going to be closing down because of the whole like Newsom order, even though it's not in Orange County and like your bar's in Orange County?
Yeah.
And he's like, as of right now, we're still going on. And so
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
gonna get
know,
shut down
man.
so quick.
It's going to get shut down so hard. And so for me, it's like, do we even have rehearsal? Like, do we even like?
But there's
get
things
together
that
in the
you guys,
room?
there's things you guys could do, but
yeah.
live shows, like, come on, that's not happening.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, so much of that bill right, rides on
Yeah.
us. So if this guy is expecting us to bring 3 bands in for the night to play that show, but we know it's going to get shut down, and I'm talking to these bands and they're not comfortable with playing in a bar yet. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how am I supposed
Well,
to?
are the rest of the rest of your band? Your band?
The rest of my
comfortable?
band is in.
They're good.
But the other bands that I've talked to are like, yeah, we've had to shut down other things.
I mean, that's the other thing is like, because Steve, we are talking about stuff at church and trying to get watch parties together and people to meet in groups. And there are a lot of people, we try to get a watch party together at a house just to watch church on a Sunday, and nobody's comfortable coming. So I think that's also another factor of like, people aren't ready for stuff.
Right.
And baseball players are opting out. NBA players are getting sick and opting out, but they're still signing contracts with people. They're still signing contracts, and the latest contract to be signed feels very weird to me, and I wonder what's going to happen. But Cam Newton has been signed by the New England Patriots to a 1-year deal.
This is wild.
So
Wait, there's no more Tom Brady?
no more time. No, he's
Where
in
have I
Tampa
been?
Bay. Remember, were you not here last week? We talked about
I
it.
left early.
Oh, you left. Oh, that's right. You left early. So yeah. So Tom Brady's gone. Cam Newton is in. They signed a 1-year deal. So
a 1-year deal for a falling apart quarterback.
yeah, he's struggling there.
He's not solid.
They were
He hasn't
desperate.
been.
Yeah, they were desperate. I think
desperate.
that's a good
They were
point.
desperate. And hey, let's be fair. If you just lost the best quarterback in the league,
Yeah.
and you can still get a former NFL MVP,
NFL MVP, yeah.
to be your quarterback, that's pretty solid.
Well, and the other thing about Cam Newton is he was injured like all of last season.
True, yeah.
So is he even like? I feel like
but he gets another season full of recovery.
So
yeah.
So if they've already done Deflategate, what are they going to do this time?
I don't know. Oh, but the Patriots also just got fined $1.1 million for
the Bengal thing.
the Bengals video. Like the Patriots, I feel like the Patriots are kind of like they're grasping at straws.
People press the button to put it on me.
Put it on you. What if I want to put it on me?
That's fine too.
What about me?
But like, I'm talking.
But what about me?
Now you're talking. But I'm talking.
But what about me? Okay, fine. Sorry. Yes.
What was I going to say?
You were going to say something about the Patriots, like they're grasping at straws because Cam Newton is not like.
They just got fined and.
Yeah, they just got fined.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, here's what it is. All those people that are like, yo, let's get rid of the Redskins. Sorry, I need a team for the Cowboys to wallop on. And and if you have an issue with a team, go with like Belichick and his team of just fiends.
Yeah, if there's any team that you should be against, it's the Patriots.
Do we just see what? Do you guys see the irony in this? We say stop.
Oh,
we say
no.
Stop talking. Like stop trying to get rid of the Redskins, and we need to get rid of the Patriots.
Uh-oh.
Guys, what did we just do?
We just fell in
incited a
line
war.
with society. What are we doing?
Okay,
Come
but
on.
that's
All
not-
right.
I'm talking strictly football here. Don't get the name thing
Yes,
all
yes.
freaking out.
Don't take us out of context.
Yeah,
We're completely in context.
I was the one that took us there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
Right.
But I'm going to be thinking about that all day now. Holy
Yeah, you are.
cow.
You know what? You're probably gonna get talked to about it when you see your mom.
She doesn't know anything about football.
But
She
she's
still
gonna
likes
say
the
something about you
49ers.
talking about the Patriots. Like, why are you getting rid of Patriots? What's wrong with you?
Because I say anything, I get lynched.
But Cam Newton. So he is officially a Patriot. I can't even see him
he's
in a Patriot
officially
uniform.
a cheater.
Because now he's a Patriot.
Now he's a Patriot. Dude, I hope you realize in the Madden video games for the last 3 years,
Yeah.
they don't even use Bill Belichick's name. It's just
What?
It's just New England coach. Every single Madden for the last 3 seasons.
That may be contractual. That he didn't sign on for them
his
to pay him.
likeness?
Yeah.
I don't know. Who do that?
But if your quarterback going down, where are you going to go? The team that's going to give you the most support.
Yeah, exactly.
The team
And
that's going to give you a
The
trophy.
most.
The team that's gonna give you a paycheck.
The most help,
the most help. Yeah.
whether it's legal or not.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the Patriots are just going to end up using those Nerf footballs with the tail on the end of them that just go like 400 yards.
What's that whistling sound?
Okay, so is Julian Edelman still on the team?
I don't know. I think he's like arrested for something. He got in trouble. Yeah. Edelman's a mess. The whole thing.
Zeke mentioned that he was super faded at some point in an interview about something, and now there's an entire internet war trying to talk about whether or not that means with weed or alcohol.
Oh, maybe
Or
he
both.
just meant
Right.
maybe he just meant like his skill. is faded. Like he's fading.
Not even close.
Yeah, it's totally what he meant.
That dude
Totally
can
what he
get like
meant.
a 45-degree angle and run at 20 miles an hour. He's a freight train.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy. But so Cam Newton's on the Patriots. I don't know what that's going to be. I don't even know if this is going to be an NFL season. Like we're getting all the invites for fantasy football league stuff and
Not
our
gonna
draft.
happen.
And
Hey, isn't football a spring sport now?
I think you could maybe call it a spring sport. I think Jake's going to have a coronary if we keep talking this way, Steve.
A spring sport? As in like next year spring?
Yeah, like in next year's spring. Like we're not going to have football.
No, it's going to be pushed back.
It's going to be pushed back. Yeah, like no football. If we have no football, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Football, I'm going to end it.
End football? How do you end football?
And me.
And no, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not a good idea. But Nona makes a comment here. She says she hates the cancel culture. It's stupid. I agree. I feel like everything that the statues they're pulling down, the people that they're canceling on the internet, because if some point in your past you did something that someone found offensive, then you're canceled. And I feel like first of all, there's no grace for anybody to change their life around, right? There's also a holding on to something that somebody feels like it was offensive. But there is a new thing that they're trying to get rid of here in Orange County that I think actually hearing the story about it, I'm kind of behind this. But they are talking about taking John Wayne's name off of the Orange County Airport. So have you guys all heard this story?
Yeah.
About the Democratic Party of Orange County is calling for John Wayne's name to be removed from the airport in Santa Ana. So when I first heard this, I was like, that's stupid. Why are we taking John Wayne's name off? John Wayne was a movie star. He's a cowboy. He's an American. He's America. Like, fantastic. And then I'm hearing the story yesterday, and I actually hear the things that he said. Wow.
And are you talking about the Playboy interview?
I'm talking about the Playboy interview specifically, but in general, that man was racist.
Yeah.
Like extremely racist.
Okay, John Wayne had a God complex. Like he
Sure.
had this weird like I am the John Wayne in the movie. You know,
Yeah,
like he
I think I can
was
believe that.
John Wayne in the movie. Like
Yeah.
that's what he really believed himself to be. And so because of that, he was the rootin' tootin' cowboy.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Kicking everybody that didn't belong in his town out of his town.
Right. Well, and the side of it, so the article that I was hearing about was the Playboy interview where he talked about he's talking about black people, and it was very, very racist. But then all the stuff that he said about Native Americans, like he's from a standpoint of and the argument that I heard yesterday that we were kind of talking about, and I stopped this because I wanted to talk about it here on the show. The argument that I heard yesterday about some of these statues that people are like. They're taking off of these public places, these big statues, the name of John Wayne as memoriam to him on the airport. The question is, should they be removed? And for all of this, I'm saying, you know what? I think they can be removed. I don't think you should just pull them down and burn them. I think that's wrong. I think there is a process for that. There is a democratic process that we have legally to take things down. But in this situation, you can't forget John Wayne because he was an American icon in the movies.
Right.
But should he be memorialized on an airport that represents the county when maybe he should just be in a museum and those kind of things should be? So that argument to me is like, okay, I see how that makes sense. Like,
that's exactly where I sit with a lot of the stuff that's like, let's tear down these statues of
Confederate
like
generals,
E. Lee, right?
yeah.
Robert E. Lee, like stuff like that. Those people played a part in getting us to where we are today. If they did good or bad things.
Well, and you can't erase history
No,
because
absolutely
then
not.
And
So
if you
because
erase
of that-
history, you'll repeat it. That's what they talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And so you need to-
Exactly.
You need to see it's a part of our culture that we need to acknowledge, but we also need to say what was wrong with it too.
Oh yes, we need to call out the bad stuff, but we can't erase the history, and that's the problem that I'm seeing.
Well,
happening.
that's why things like this, we need to be able to take down these statues if we realize like, okay, this is a monument to this person that did this thing that led us to here, but this person oppressed so many people that now have liberties that they'd never had in that time in our country. We should move things like that to museums.
Well, and I think it's how it's displayed too. I think that's the difference.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
It needs to be displayed in an appropriate place where maybe it's not on the Capitol grounds or wherever you have different things up, but you still need to to look back and be able to see the history,
Right.
and understand, and
Yeah.
learn from it.
Well,
But I mean, there's even like there's a wax museum in Germany, right? And they had a Hitler representation in this wax museum,
Which you should in a
which
museum.
you should absolutely. And everybody lost their minds about it the first day it was opened.
Yeah.
Not 20 minutes after they saw this Hitler wax figure,
Right.
somebody jumped over the railing and punched the head off of it.
What?
Yeah.
Like that's the problem I have with it, is the way that things are being done. Now, this Orange County thing, it's going to be a vote. People are going to be talking about it. There's a lot of argument, and I'm okay with it. I don't think it's a problem. Jason actually has a great idea, and Jason, I love this idea. We should call it the Richard Nixon Airport.
Oh my gosh.
I bell that Richard Nixon Airport. I'm into it. Let's do it. No, Jake. What is that? What are you doing?
This is how much I don't want that to happen.
Why? What's your problem with Nixon?
He was a crook.
Well, he said he wasn't a crook.
Wait. He was a politician.
Exactly.
That's the definition of a politician.
Yeah, exactly. If you're in politics, it's. But I think.
I'm not a crook. I'm not.
But here's the deal. I think that there's a lot of this that's happening, and the John Wayne thing. I was like, this is stupid because I am totally against cancel
But then
culture.
you heard,
but then I heard
white supremacy, he said, and spoke harshly about African Americans, saying, we can't all of a sudden get down on our knees and turn everything over to the leadership of the blacks. I don't believe in giving authority to positions of leadership and judgment to irresponsible people.
End quote. And
End
I
quote.
heard that and I was like, whoa. And then
Yeah.
I did a little more research, and yeah, John Wayne was not a human being that you want to have as a representation of anything other than he was an amazing actor.
He was a great actor.
Great actor.
But didn't care
But-
that 10 centuries earlier, all those people were slaves.
Yeah,
He
well,
said
and-
he had no remorse.
And this article was in the 70s.
71.
Like, so it's after the black
civil rights
vote,
movement.
civil rights movement, all that stuff. So
Martin Luther King died in 68. He's gone.
Right,
He's
right.
fully gone. There's nobody going rah 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 go us.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? Black Panthers are kind of like starting to be the only real voice that they have, and then there's like still Birmingham is going on.
Yeah.
And then this guy says this.
yeah, that's not good. I think that's fine. Dean. So hey, everybody comment below with your idea with what we should name the Orange County Airport. Dean actually has a good one. He says, "Can we call it the airport previously known as John Wayne Airport?" I
That
like
is
that.
awesome.
It's like using, Adele. We get a bell for that, Dean.
Hey,
you know what? It's
Do we have a budget here at this show? Could we buy the naming rights from the John Wayne Airport?
we could call it the
TSTO
TSTO Airport. Oh, Bell, that's so hard. Hey, if you guys put together a conglomerate of our street team and you get out there and you call it the TSTO Airport, we will love you forever.
Wait a minute. Hey guys, this is going to be really bad, but I think what if we named it "You Can Bring Guns to This Airport"?
Why? Why would you do that?
Because just the fact that like somebody shows up, right, and they're bound to have a gun, and they're like, "You can't bring that in here," and then they're like,
It's in the name.
"Yeah,
You can bring it in. You just can't get past security.
right, you just get shot."
So there was a story, I didn't bring it in. There was a story about somebody who brought a loaded gun in their carry-on to an airport. I don't remember which airport it was. I should have brought it in. But yeah,
I
that's
just forgot about it.
you just it was you.
I mean,
It was Steve. Yeah, sometimes you can't remember.
That was a good
I just
bit.
keep it there to be able to grab it real quick when I need to leave the house quickly. And
Yeah.
forgot it was still in there when I went to.
I mean, what? It's always in my carry-on. I gotta be safe.
I need 4 things when I leave the house. I need my phone, my wallet, my keys, and my gun.
Yeah. So the cancel culture, I really, really dislike the way things are being handled, especially with the George Washington statue and the Abraham Lincoln stuff. Like, it's stupidity.
Abraham
it's just
Lincoln, he was
On the other
good.
side, I think John Wayne was such an icon of Americana.
Yeah.
And could we use this instead as a teaching tool and keep the name there as a teaching tool? To some extent.
I don't understand how much teaching can actually be done by a name being on an airport.
The
In a
John
museum,
Wayne,
but
unless we change it to the John Wayne Disgrace Airport.
Well, I like the airport formerly named.
Yeah, I like that one too.
I like the Prince move. I like the Prince move.
Or we can just call it.
Okay. Dean's got another one.
Dean's
What
on
do
a roll.
we say here? How about name so we can hear them say, "Welcome to we're happy to you have flown into I don't like that. I don't like
think we
that.
should-
I don't like that, Dean. No.
I like the concept of it just being screams and screeches. What if that was the human language now?
What if it was the Squirrel Airport and they had a theme song from Rhett and Link? And it could be the squirrel song about the airport. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Name it after. I'm glad I'm not going to LAX airport.
Yes, I'm so glad this isn't LAX.
Yep.
Amen to
I'm little
that.
LAX.
Man, LAX is now with all the construction around there. But lately, because there's nobody flying, it's not a big deal.
Well, yeah, and will there be Olympics to prepare for anyways?
Yeah, no.
These chips, I've eaten this whole bag of chips.
Yeah, you're doing good.
They're so hot.
You've got Hare's Buffalo blue cheese coming next.
Do you think
I don't know
I'm
what
just
that
gonna
is.
go like way deep all through all of these? That's not.
I don't
what
know.
happened today.
You know, they're
What's our
they're
timestamp?
flavored cheese curls. We're at look at that. We're at 54 minutes,
54,
guys.
there's no
We
way.
we
There's no way I'm getting
one
to
more
that.
story, and we got a giveaway. We are telling you who is the final winner of the day for a $20 gift card. Their choice of either Starbucks or Amazon. There is a link below where you can sign up and
What
you can
story?
get in. You can get in the contest
Kyle, give us
yourself
his
right
answer
there.
yet?
Kyle, have
He
you?
has not given an answer as to what he wants. He has just been shocked at the fact that he won.
Yes, he's been excited. So Kyle, you need to either text me or you need to comment below.
Yeah.
Scott, what's going on? Okay, I'm sure. Okay, what is Scott? What do you say? I'm sure it's been talked about. Name is Kobe Bryant Airport since his last flight was out of there. You know what?
That's
the Kobe Bryant
I'm
Airport.
so in.
That's
I'm very in.
You're into that?
possibility, yeah.
I think you know what? The Kobe Bryant Airport. That I could
That
go
would
with
be
that.
awesome. And that's the biggest pendulum swing from John Wayne. That's so cool.
You know what?
That's so cool.
It's like that's not a bad idea.
That is not a bad idea at all.
What about?
We
But
should name it Magic Johnson AIDS Survivor Airport.
no, he has HIV. He doesn't have AIDS. It's not.
What?
That's not the thing. He has HIV.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
ESPN 30 for 30 lied to me?
Well, he's got HIV. Does he have the AIDS?
I'm pretty sure he had AIDS.
I don't know if he does. I don't know.
Well, not anymore. He's alive.
Yeah,
I don't know how AIDS works. I'm honestly so in the dark with how it works.
You know what? Jason makes a good point here. His flight crashed, which means that's what we would remember if it was the Kobe Bryant Airport. Which means, yeah, maybe now I'm not into that. That's maybe not a good idea.
But wait a minute, come
Scott,
on.
we love you, buddy. Side nerd, it's been too long. Yeah, yeah. I think. But Dean said he'd vote for that. I mean, but I think maybe I don't know. But it was a helicopter, wasn't a plane. I don't know. Whatever. You know what? I'm glad we're not in charge of it because Mamba Airport. Because you know, reality is, if we were in charge of naming the airport, it would probably be called. You can bring a gun here.
Or TSTO.
You can bring your gun here. That would probably would be called. All right. So the last story before we get to the final winner, Jake's mouth is on fire.
It's
He doesn't have a drink either.
it's
He got to the
finally
bottom
hitting me.
of the Mama Zuma's chips, and look at that. You see that?
It's finally hitting me, and there's like maybe 3 or 4.
It's like
3 or 4
remnants
chips left in there.
of the fire that is happening in your
cow,
mouth
dude.
right now. Yeah, dude, those Mama Zumas. Mama Zuma, if you want to sponsor us, you really should because we're eating your chips
Every episode now.
every episode now. And I think we're gonna be. We only have one more bag left. Do Mama Zumas still
Mama
exist?
Zuma's International
Exist?
Airport.
Mama Zuma's International Airport. You know what?
Port.
I like that.
Mama Port.
I like that. Okay, so the last
Pizza
story.
Port.
The last story before we close it down and we give you the final winner.
We decided
the final
this
winner
is going to be the last one.
that
This is
we
the last
decided.
story.
Yes, but there are businesses all over the country, not the world, because it's only the country, that are pulling back advertising from Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for the Stop Hate for Profit. Starbucks is now one of the companies that are pulling their advertising from Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter in
protest, right?
In protest, saying that they're not hard enough on their hate speech, right? So
I'm going to need you to explain this one to me.
so here's the deal. There is who was the first company to do it? So Unilever, Honda, Verizon, Coca-Cola have joined the protest.
Holy
Starbucks
cow.
is now it's a big boycott.
Yeah.
But they're not boycotting Google. They're not boycotting YouTube and Google Ads because I mean, they really can't. Now YouTube went through and they cleaned out a bunch of channels. They've been doing that. They've been getting rid of the hate speech stuff. But that is Starbucks is the latest in a long line. Ben and Jerry's is one of them that are boycotting Facebook ads. Now here's the thing.
I don't care about that as long as they're still going to make that sweet ice cream.
They're not stopping their business.
Right, half baked, best ice cream.
They're, you know what? I like the Tonight Dough with Jimmy Fallon.
Tonight Dough's good.
That's really
but
good.
The American Pie.
Or
no. Is that what it is? It's the Jimmy. It's the
Jimmy
Stephen
Fallon.
Colbert. It's the Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert.
One.
I don't know what
that
one
one's
is.
good.
Yeah,
that one has waffle cone in it.
But here's the thing that I'm curious about is this story has been like big time trending for the past week. All these companies that are jumping out. But here's the thing that I find actually interesting about this is they're getting so much free press by jumping on the bandwagon of saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna protest Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter because they're not hard enough on hate speech. They're not bringing the level of people down enough so that they can, it's all politically motivated. It's all based on all the protests and things. And for the most part, the channels and content that gets pulled back is conservative content. That's typically what happens.
I've noticed that a lot. I've noticed that like on media outlets that I use, it's exceedingly more left. It's just getting that way.
Yeah.
Like Reddit, everybody knows Reddit's just left. Everybody just You scroll through Reddit, even if you're like even if you're
got a bug there? What's going on?
Like feathers.
It's from all of the hot chips that are in your face.
I guess I killed a bird in my pocket.
But no, you did. I don't think so.
No, but what was I talking about?
So you were talking about we were talking about all the companies, the stories on Reddit. Everything's left.
Guys,
everything's liberal.
Okay, yeah,
except for
Reddit,
this show.
On Reddit, you can go on r/conservative, and it'll still be like Trump is the worst president we've ever had.
Yeah, big time. But so they're protesting. Jason, actually, I didn't know this. Ben and Jerry supports defund the police, which I think
crazy.
is the dumbest thing in the world. If we don't have the police, like where do we go? So okay,
every day is the purge.
Every day is the now. That's what I think is the scary part about all that.
That's why after this show, I'm going to Walmart and I'm buying a machete.
Because of you gotta have a mask.
Well, no, I mean like
you gotta have a mask.
I'm not buying it because of what's going on. I'm buying it because I'm going to the desert tomorrow. I want to have it just in case I have a snake run in. I'm going to bring you back ahead of a snake.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
no,
I am.
No.
I'm going to do it and I'm going to say, I won this battle for you. Sweet dear brother.
I do not want that at all.
And Dean, this is for you.
So Nona actually makes a comment here. And Nona, yes, I've seen this. Fighting for conservatives. That's why she joined Parler. So Parler.com, make sure you put in Parler, not OR, because that's not a good site. Parler.com, it is they're trying to make a new social media platform that is actually free speech friendly. But it's just really interesting. So they've said for the month of July they're going to boycott all the advertising on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you know what I hear is if you're a business and you want to advertise on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, it's going to be a lot cheaper because there's less people trying to get in there.
That's nice.
So, but they're still doing YouTube. They're still doing Google. So they're still doing their advertising on digital. I'm curious how long this is actually going to last because Nike already posted a $760 million loss for the second quarter. Yeah, not good. Now it's COVID related.
$760 million loss?
Right. It's COVID related, but it's also, it's got to have something to do with this.
But that's going to lower their advertising revenue or costs anyway, so they're going to start saving money there. So
yeah,
it's a good way to say something. You're trying to do something active while you're still trying to cut your costs.
That's a good. I hadn't thought of that angle. That the reason that they could be doing this is because we posted the big loss, so we need to cut some expenses. Let's cut advertising. Hey, we can join this. We can get some free advertising. That's Steve. That's brilliant, and I think it's underhanded by the big companies.
And I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them either. Dean says he dumped Facebook's, I'm assuming stock, so I really don't care who advertises on them anymore. Exactly. The Facebook valuation.
Do you mean you... Oh, sorry. Okay, so Dean told me to chug the rest of those. And I did it. Oh, my God.
You're making it. You're making it, Jake.
I am. I'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
They're gone. But, did you just dump Facebook as in like you're not using it anymore, or like
he said so Facebook I just wanted to let you know
where's that music coming
that
from?
We've had a good run, and I mean I like you, Facebook, I do, but really
there's another social media site, isn't there?
I'm going to Parler.com. Yeah, so I think Dean meant Facebook stock.
Yeah.
Because he talked about advertising.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you on fire?
Guys, I'm crying.
You are on fire. Yeah. So you know what the good thing is, Jake? The good thing is we just got to the last story. That was it.
God. But we got something to do yet, right?
That's right. We still have the final winner of the day.
Let's get it moving.
So we're Jake needs a drink so bad. Dean, that was a really good call. So we have one more winner. We have one more winner of our giveaway, and they are going to get to choose between Starbucks or Amazon, $20 gift card. So
and they get to
they get to
press the button, show the slide. Who is it?
Well, okay, but I'm gonna do. Hold on. I'm gonna get there in just a second. Because I want to have our theme music going. Because
That's a good move.
Because you know what?
That's a good stylistic choice.
We're ending the show with the final winner, and the final winner of today's July giveaway is none other than the queen of the TSTO street team herself,
You got paint on faces.
Tiffany Davila. All right, Jake, you can stop the drum roll. Tiffany, you win. You win the second one, $20 to either Amazon or Starbucks. You get to choose. Make sure you have 48 hours, Tiffany. I'm going to get a hold of you and let you know that you are one of the winners. But hey, if you want to win Amazon or Starbucks, Jake is so excited that he's breaking stuff around here. He's breaking his headphones. If you want to join in the giveaway this month, we are doing it all month. Every show, we're giving away live on the air. We're giving away gift cards to either Amazon or Starbucks. We might have a different gift card next week. I don't know. We haven't decided. But make sure to go to TSTO or phrasinc.com/TSTO giveaway. You can sign up there. There are multiple ways that you can enter, and it is not like Jake said, there are no things you have to do that are deadly sins.
There's 7 of them.
No,
They're all deadly
nope.
sins.
Jake is losing it. Tiffany says, yes, he is. But you won. You won, Tiffany. So you get to tell us Starbucks or Amazon. Well, you guys, there's so many things going on, but we just couldn't talk about all of them because our time's up. The show's over. That's it. Steve, you got anything to say to close this out?
That was it.
That was it. Everybody have a safe
worn
and
out.
happy 4th of July, even though you can't go anywhere. Just stay home. Just stay home. Be there.
Stay home. Tell your mom.
Tell your mom. Or otherwise, Jake will.
Yeah, tell your mom to give me a Tums.
Yeah. Wait, yeah, you need a Tums?
Yeah.
Hey, anybody, if you could send Jake a Tums, that would be great.
And like 2 pills of like 200 milligrams of magnesium.
And maybe use your throat chakra to manifest his healing. All right, guys, we will see you next week.
Throat chakra.
Make sure to sign up for the contest, tstoshow.com, podcast, all the things later.
Airport.
Welcome.
First story. Trending stories are taking over.